this morning, Catholics hold protest march in Anambra over killing of Christians. Senate holds public hearing on social media bill today. ECOWAS calls for sober reflection on factors mitigating against women. Anambra Police Games, best ever, AIG. Good morning and welcome to MCL News. I am Amanda Karo, and now the details of the news. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, said that zoning of Anambra State 2021 governorship ticket to any of the 3 senatorial zones of the state is not yet in its picture. The party said that what it is more concerned about is the zoning of the party positions as the party's congress comes up in a few days' time. PDP National Vice Chairman for Southeast, Austin Omahi, disclosed this shortly after the party held expanded Southeast Regional Executive Committee meeting in Enugu on Sunday. Those in attendance were Governors Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi of Enugu State, David Umahi of Ebonyi State, and Deputy Governor of Abia State. Also in attendance were Senators Ike Ekweremadu, Sam Anyanwu, and other present and past National Assembly members. He stated that the meeting passed a resolution on the party's positions zoning arrangement, deciding that positions zoned to different states in the zone will be retained for continuity and stability of the party. Catholics in Anambra State on Sunday evening staged a protest march against the spate of killings of Christians in Nigeria. The protest march saw over 50,000 Catholics donning black attires, started at Equine Square in Awka, through streets in the capital city, and ended at St. Patrick's Cathedral. The march was led by the Bishop of Awka Diocese, Bishop Paulinus Ezeukafor. Prominent priest of the diocese, Father Innocent, who addressed Catholics after the protest march, regretted that killings in Nigeria were increasing by the day. Chancellor of the Diocese, Reverend Father Dr. Chidume, also read the address of the Catholic bishops to all present. The protest march also featured intercessory prayers for the country. Abia State Governor Dr. Okezie Basil has approved the appointment of Professor Nkpa Agro Nkpa as chairman, Abia State Independent Electoral Commission. This was contained in the press release signed by the governor's chief of staff, Dr. Anthony Abazere, and made available to newsmen in Umuahia, the state capital, on Saturday. According to the release, the name of Professor Nkpa Agro Nkpa has been forwarded to the Abia State House of Assembly for confirmation as required by extant laws. Nkpa, before his appointment, was the former Vice Chancellor of Abia State University, ABSU Uturu, and ex-secretary to state government. President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the total number of 65 radio FM and digital television licenses across various sectors in the country. Top among the beneficiaries are the Nigerian Police Force and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, who acquired radio FM broadcasting license, the Nigeria Customs Service with radio and television licenses, and Blueprint Newspapers, who got approval of a Freeview digital terrestrial television license. The list of the first batch of the FM radio and digital television broadcasting licenses was made available to newsmen in Abuja by Ekanem Antia, the Assistant Director of Public Affairs, National Broadcasting Commission. However, the Commission added that there are no available frequencies for assignment for Lagos and Abuja. The four-page statement also listed other beneficiaries, which include Rural Vision Engineering Limited, Leadership Group, Abuja Municipal Area Council, among others. The Senate is conducting the public hearing on the anti-social media bill sponsored by Senator Musa Sani from Niger State today. The bill was referred to the Senate Committee on Judiciary, Human Rights and Legal Matters on Tuesday, November 20th last year for further legislative input. Senate President Ahmad Lawan told the panel chaired by Senator Opeyemi Bamidele to conduct the public hearing and submit its report within 4 weeks. The 4-week deadline ended on December 20th, 2019. However, Opeyemi told newsmen that his committee's preparations towards the public hearing on the sexual harassment bill delayed further works on the social media bill. Newsmen say that the public hearing will hold at one of the Senate halls by 10 a.m. Ahmed Lawan will allow political stakeholders, including the media, to express their views. Opeyemi said that the views and opinions expressed at the occasion will form the basis for his committee's report. An unmarked tanker petrol tanker on Saturday evening ran into New Bethel Primary School in Onitsha, destroying 3 classrooms. Newsmen gathered from the spokesperson for Anambra State Command of Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Edwin Okadibo, that the accident was caused by brake failure. He said that no loss of life or injury was registered in the accident, except the destruction of 3 classrooms in the school. Speaking to newsmen, a resident in the area expressed concern over the incident, saying that if it had been on a weekday, it would have affected lots of school children. President Muhammadu Buhari congratulated Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo as he celebrated his 63rd birthday yesterday. The President commended Professor Osinbajo's loyalty and dedication to the administration in a telephone chat on Sunday afternoon. President Buhari also prayed God to endow the Vice President with greater wisdom and long life to continue to serve the nation and humanity. Still to come on the news, ECOWAS calls for sober reflection on factors mitigating against women. COVID-19 causes, prevention and treatment. UFC 248, Adesanya beats Romero to retain title. Details after the break. To stay with us.
Northern Communications Limited, MCL TV, announced the death of one of his staff, Mr. Nathaniel Ogugwa Mwabulike. The sad event occurred on Wednesday night in February 2020. Until his death, the late Mwabulike, popularly known as Akunmi Ojoto, was the studio manager of MCL TV. The deceased was a graduate of theatre arts from the University of Ife, now Obafemi Awolowo University. He was the creator of the program Frontliners, which metamorphosed into Front Runners. Sports Digest, which has been running for more than a decade, is the brainchild of late Mr. Mwabulike. He was also credited with introduction of newspaper review on MCL TV. The burial announcement will be announced by the family. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
Mommy, mosquito is biting me.
But I asked you to use Top Rank insecticide.
Top Rank insecticide kills mosquitoes, cockroach, flies, and every other crawling and flying insects faster anywhere around you. NAFDAC approves Top Rank insecticide for its effectiveness. Use Top Rank insecticide and enjoy a peaceful night's rest. Available in all shops and supermarkets near you in 600 milliliter can and 300 milliliter can. Top Rank insecticide is marketed nationwide by C Success Multi Services Limited. Telephone 0813 111 2348 or 090-960-22577. Top Rank insecticide. What's worth doing is worth doing well.
result.
Wow, the lab results.
Yes.
Okay. Where is this man? She has malaria.
Malaria?
Yes.
What do you think should be prescribed for?
We prescribe Casimir tablet.
Asthma tablets?
Yes, Casimir tablet. Casimir tablet get at letter and number from 3 for inside. Casimir tablet. Now Maxim Laboratories Private Limited for India. They make them, but na Grace Base Pharmacy and Store Limited. And I think they distribute Casimir tablets for here. Casimir tablets get NAFDAC approval for take fight malaria, comot your family.
Casimir tablet, na correct anti-malaria.
Casimir tablets. It dey stop every malaria.
If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor.
You're welcome back. As the global community marks the International Women's Day, the economic community of West African states has called for sober reflection on factors mitigating against the attainment of gender equality. President of the ECOWAS Commission, Jean-Claude Cassibro, in a statement issued in Abuja, hailed women for their role in making the world a better place and for their immense contribution to global peace, security, and development in all spheres of human endeavor. He added that the global community is challenged this year to step up efforts towards the creation of a world of equal opportunities that made it possible to unlock the potentials inherent in all individuals to contribute to the development of their communities and to benefit equitably from the gains of development. He further said the ECOWAS Commission placed the quest for gender equality and women's empowerment at the heart of its priorities. With the first incident of coronavirus case in Nigeria, it has become imperative that members of the public must be at alert to protect themselves from the novel virus. In this report, a medical practitioner, while speaking with MCL News, highlighted the symptoms, causes and preventive measures to be taken to avoid contracting the virus. The report.
A new virus, also known as severe acute respiratory syndrome, has been identified as the cause of a disease outbreak that began in Wuhan, China in 2019. The disease is called coronavirus disease 2019, also known as COVID-19. The virus is a type of coronavirus, a family of viruses that can cause illnesses such as common cold. The virus, which has spread to over 60 countries, is a respiratory disease. A medical practitioner, Ugochukwu Okoro, gave the causes, signs and symptoms of coronavirus.
If the person that is infected coughs or sneezes or spit out sputum or saliva, that person is spreading the disease on the air. Because when you cough, you're already coughing out so many viruses from the body, from the cough. And therefore, if another person that's staying around the place, around the facility, inhales any of those droplets from the cough or from the sneezing or from the saliva or from the sputum, the person gets infected automatically.
The symptoms and signs of coronavirus are 1. Sneezing, cough, running nose, difficulty in breathing, tightness of the chest. In severe cases, the patient will be in septic shock, and therefore the person may develop low blood pressure, acute renal failure. There is increase in temperature in such cases, then dizziness and weakness. These are the signs of the coronavirus.
Coronavirus is a zoonotic disease, which means it can be transmitted from animals to humans, animals such as camels, cats, among others. It is closely related to the 2003 SARS virus and appears to have similar characteristics. The incubation period currently is estimated between 2 and 14 days. Elderly people and people with underlying health issues such as hypertension, diabetes, among others, stand the risk of exhibiting severe symptoms which could lead to death. The medical practitioner also said, although there is no known treatment, some preventive measures can be taken to stay healthy and coronavirus-free.
Personal hygiene is very, very important. You may have a contact with the person, but because of the personal hygiene, you may not get the virus. Now, foods will boost the immune system because we have seen that the incubation period of coronavirus is 2 to 14 days. Sometimes have lasted for 0 to 27 days, depending on the immunity of the person. And we have seen that people with high immunity in China, of course, China have recorded about 41,000 recovery cases, which means people that have suffered from this disease and recovered about 41,000. And these people that have a high immunity, what does it take for you to have a high immunity? You must eat vegetable, you must eat fruits, you must take enough water. If you can eat enough fruits, enough vegetable, do some exercise, take enough water, your immunity will be high.
The first coronavirus case was diagnosed in Nigeria on 27th of February 2020. The case was an Italian citizen who works in Nigeria and returned from Milan, Italy to Lagos. So far, over 3,000 people have died and 85,000 people have been infected with the virus globally. Ruth Ohams, MCL News.
On sports, Chairman, Police Athletics Association, Assistant Inspector General of Police AIG Zubairu Muazu, has adjudged the 2020 Nigeria Police Games in Anambra State as the best ever in the history of the Games. Muazu made the assertion in Otocha Stadium, Anambra East local government area of the state, during the just concluded Games in the state. The AIG, who is also a member sports planning committee of the Fiesta, said this team on arrival had expressed fears over the inability of the state to host the competition in view of the available facilities until the government intervened. Muaz reiterated that the primary target of organizing the games is to set new standards, adding that such goals have been achieved. He applauded the state government and the people of the state for the successful hosting, hospitality, and cooperation. Commissioner of Police, Interpol, Gaba Omar, said the biannual competition is a platform provided by the force to fish out talents capable of representing the country both at the national and international fiestas. Omar, who doubles as chairman, Football Association for the Nigerian Police and Security Advisor to the Nigerian Football Federation, NFF, said invitations were extended to various football clubs across the country to the games to hunt for talents. Adesanya has won a tactical affair by a unanimous decision, 49-46, 48-47, 48-47 to retain the middleweight championship at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Newsmen scored it at 48-47 for Adesanya, but the bout ranged from boos in the middle of the first round to fans turning on their cell phone flashlights, turning on their cell phone flashlights in boredom. The fight started with Adesanya standing in the middle of the octagon, while Romero stood for around 90 seconds with his hands up covering his face and doing nothing else. Then Romero proceeded to do the Ali shuffle to the amazement of the crowd. A total of 7 punches were thrown, 4 by Romero, 3 by Adesanya, with Romero landing the harder shots, including a hard left hook. Things picked up slightly in the second when Adesanya came out to the front kick and was going for a right hand, but Romero stunned him with an overhand left. Romero was lulling Adesanya to sleep by implementing his style of not doing much of anything and then firing off a couple of shots. With Romero now out of the way, Adesanya 19-0 can look forward to what is expected to be an all-action contest against number 2 ranked Paulo Costa. And with that, we've come to the end of our news package this morning. But before we sign out, a recap of our major stories. Catholics in Anambra State have staged a protest march against the spate of killings of Christians in Nigeria. The Senate is set to conduct a public hearing on the anti-social media bill sponsored by Senator Musa Sani from Niger State today. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has called for sober reflection on factors mitigating against the attainment of gender equality as the global community marks the International Women's Day. And on sports, Chairman, Police Athletics Association, Assistant Inspector General of Police, AIG, Zubairu Mwazu, said the 2020 Nigeria Police Games in Anambra State is the best ever in the history of the Games. That was the news. Thanks for watching. Please join us again by 8 a.m. for Good Morning Abia. I am Amanda Kalu. Once again, good morning.
MCL, the world in your home.